Hey, Harrison here, and this is a quick review of the Remington Quick Cut Clippers. Let's get into this. So let's just dive straight into this and just give you an overview of the product and why I like this and would recommend it. Previously to this, and this is the reason why you've probably seen this and interested in it, is most clippers you buy have a flat edge. This has a curve in it. One question I had, and I don't know if this is an obvious question or not, like I don't know if I'm an idiot for not thinking of it. I couldn't tell if it was like curved and bent, like arched and curved, if that makes sense. It's a flat blade, so flat on a table, but then has a scoop in it. So it's flat that way, scoop that way. Don't know if that helps anyone, but if it does, let me know in the comments. And the benefit of that is genuinely does mean that in general more of the surface area of the blade clips your head at once. Another great thing about this, which you probably can tell, or maybe you can't, again, more questions I had, I wasn't sure how big it was. So this, do I even have a measurement? I don't have a unit of measurement here. I don't have a tape measure to hand, but this blade is super wide. So if you look, like it goes from ear to nearly my eyebrow. I literally have to be careful not to clip my eyebrow off when I'm doing this. And for a frame of reference of that, because you probably don't know how big my head is, I've got a mug here and it just fits inside with 5 mil gap on one side. Hopefully that helped. But the extra width is really helpful because you literally can go up the side of your head. You can do huge amounts of it. It probably takes like 10 minutes to do your entire head as a quick once over. So really like the size of it and really like that curve because it genuinely does make it easier to cover more of your head, especially on like the top and stuff like that. It just means that there's more surface area that's more likely to cut more of your hair off at the same time rather than having to forever go back and forth. That being said, you'll probably see that I do go back and forth a bit because one thing that I found, don't know if this will pick up on the mic, so if it doesn't, sorry, but I'll try and explain it. But if you listen, like you can hear the rate in which that's going. Let me just fire these. Now obviously that's a smaller clipper, but the one thing that I've noticed, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely something I've noticed, is the blade seems to move slower. I'm not sure what impact that actually has because in theory it doesn't really matter, but I think that that's why I kind of do the back and forth motion just to make sure that I'm hitting all the hairs because it's not moving quick enough. If you move too quick, it seems like I can miss some hairs sometimes. Don't know if it's just me, just something to keep in mind. It just means that you just need to be a bit more thorough and move slower. But again, it's that balance of you might be moving slower, but you're also covering a huge amount on your head in the first place. It does come with a bunch of guards. I actually binned those off, and I'll tell you why. Because one, I don't need it for my head. Two, I was thinking I was gonna be able to use this for my face, but unfortunately, I don't because I can't. Because when I put the guards on, even though it comes with like 8 guards or something like that, loads. And I'm pretty sure it is the guards because I tested it. When your mileage may vary, but when I was using this with guards on my face, it pulled on my face hair. I don't get that sensation, well obviously not because I'm not using a guard. It pulls on my face hairs. So unfortunately, which is really kind of frustrating to be honest with you. So it means, hence why I still use one of these as well. So I use the small one for my face and then I just use this for my head. It's a real shame, really annoying because it would have just done so much in one foul swoop because you can just go whoop from top to bottom. Unfortunately, you can't, in my opinion, only good for your head. Also, by that logic, I can't honestly speak for if you put a guard on, will it actually pull the hair on the top of your head? Because just like this video, every other video I saw, everyone's bald. So they're not using a guard on the top of the head. So if you are thinking of having like a 3 or higher on your head or using it for your face with a guard on, from my experience, it doesn't work with the guard. It seems to snag and pull, unfortunately. So if you are just doing the beard, I still recommend one of these. Regarding the battery life, it says it should last about 40 minutes or so. I actually, just out of habit, tend to plug it in every time when I'm using it because I've got a socket next to my mirror. When I went on holiday recently, I couldn't charge it and used it a few times and it didn't die at the time. So it did last the whole duration while I was away. So the battery life, at least while it's new, is decent enough to get a good few shaves out of it before it needs charging. And just before I wrap this up, some people have asked about like why clipper your head, why not like wet shave it or anything like that. Personally for me, I think clippers are just so much easier because you can do it dry, right? You don't have to like foam up or anything like that. And also what I find, the shorter the hair goes from the cut, the more you're gonna notice it once it grows. So if I take it truly down to the canvas, you're gonna notice it become 1 or 2 mils in length. This will only cut your hair down to about 1 mil in length, which I shaved just before this video, so it's got about 1 mil of length on it. But then it means like I can still feel the stubble here ever so slightly. Whereas if you bick it, you're gonna notice it sooner. So for me, that was just like a personal choice. And then just before I actually show you, because a friend of mine actually gave me, I think this is a Remington as well. Yeah, so I actually was gifted or cursed, I'm not sure, but someone gifted me one of these. This is a Remington as well. This is one of these wet shave things. And I was honestly thinking about getting one of these because I've had clippers. I thought, let me get an electric thing, and this in theory goes closer to the canvas. This is like a few months old that my friend had. He moved away, left this behind as a gift that doesn't work basically. So I've got this. I think the battery's dead on it now. But anyway, you turn it on and the light blinks immediately. I thought, oh, is it a dud? I asked my friend, he said, oh no, it works because he used it not too long ago. I did a bit of researching the reviews on these, and turns out it means that it's blocked. Like the motor just doesn't want to do it. So very finicky, never even used it, sacked it off. Get yourself a pair of clippers. Cleaning it is easy as well. It's got a hole. This is like a rubbery bit. It's dead small in the hand. It fits, as you can tell, nicely in the palm, just to go around your head. And then the cleaning bit, you just pour water in, set the blade going, and it cleans it off. Easy to remove. I think you can actually buy replacements as well. That is the Remington Quick Cut Clippers, I think they're called. If you're interested, there will be an Amazon link in the description. You don't have to use that, you can Google it if you want. It's about 35 quid at the moment. But yeah, recommend it. The large blade is a win. The curve is super helpful as well. The size of it is also really decent. A good battery in it, good palm fit, good cut. You know, it doesn't grow hair, unfortunately, it only removes it. If you're interested, check it out. Links in the description. If this video is helpful, give it a like. And if you're interested in more videos coming soon, make sure you hit subscribe. See you in the next one.